Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our Global TV Deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside a rob and cheat, and not first of all, make out what I seen to. Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. So, my favorite man, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out. I sell out Babylon. They give man show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead and can sell out Rasta and sell out. I sell out Babylon. Just stop on the Friday. Show and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black big man, show and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big him and show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black big him and show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rastaman show one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
Stibidi dim day, Stevie dim day. We in Global TV say certain kind of friend we no keep. And some informer friend we love Lake. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV, check it.
No moral authority to lead, a government mobbed by corruption and scandal. The country certainly won't go ahead with this government. These were the words of the opposition. We know it for a long time now. We have been saying it. The narrative has been lost. Mainstream media has lost the narrative to social media. Nobody now pay attention to them. Like, no care how expensive your TV is, throw it, or maybe I'm going to say throw it out, but you can watch YouTube on your TV. But it's all in the palm of our hands. The narrative is right here on social media. You need not to look further. People's National Party and UIC. Why is mainstream media not paying attention to us? Why are you flogging a dead horse? Is the question. To my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good evening and welcome everyone. Thank you all for joining us this evening on The People's Point of View. Before we go any further, we as globalists are going to say condolences to Abinasa Cody and the loss of her dear aunt. And she's just buried another family member, thing about a week ago. And then now is her dear aunt. As well as Florence Richa yet. It is Florence Hamilton's birthday as well. When Florence Hamilton reach, we will play our globalist happy birthday song from the Lipstick Queens, but Florence is not here yet. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Sharon Bernard, good evening. Debbie Jervis TV, good evening. Debbie, this one is quite this is a the ECG Chase. This one is quite comfortable to wear, much easier than the 24-hour blood pressure machine, because that one in the daytime it goes off every half an hour, and when it beep you have to tap hand still, make it take your pressure. The worst part of it is at night, where it wake you up out of your sleep every hour. This one I'm wearing, I really don't know if I have any, unless me buck up on here, so on. So this one is very easy to wear. They're just doing a 24-hour graph of my heart. But I tell you the worst part of this story. When you say I never told you my appointment. My appointment was tomorrow, but the administrator was very good to me. She changed my appointment to today, so I don't have to come back tomorrow, then go back Wednesday, go drop off the device. So them change it and change my appointment, attach the device today, and then I can drop it off tomorrow. So it saved me the time. I don't know if I'm mad, but I thought my appointment was today. And everything is on my phone, I just don't know why, when things are in my head, why I do not have it confirmed. Kayla Sheila, how are you? Sunshine, good evening and welcome. Sharon Bernard, Daphne Jackson, good evening. Monica Wills, Norman Ferguson, good evening. Colleen, good evening and welcome. RJ, good evening. Rennie Nicholson, good evening. Ladybug, good evening. Althea Wilson, good evening. Colin, Christine Gilbert. Well, go on, Christine. Yvonne Johnson. Good evening, Yvonne Riley. Good evening. Abina Sarkodie, Gloria Morris, Paulette Lewis, Yvonne Johnson, Lessons in My Life, Barbara Simpson, Arlene Scott, Verna Adams, Zenet Beckford, Dorothy Gordon, good evening, good evening. Who else is there here? I may not have reached over TikTok yet. Marcia Thomas, good evening. Colleen James, good evening, good evening. Who else is there here? Jamaican Carlos, Wagwan bro. Good evening. Colleen Browning, good evening. Patrick Woodstock, good evening. Good evening and welcome. Tanish is, hold on. Tinza Thompson, good evening. Good evening and welcome. Let me see who is on TikTok. Kathy, welcome. Thanks for the presence. Colleen, Marken, good evening. Debbie, good evening. Everyone, good evening and welcome. No moral authority to lead. Those were Mark Golding's words. But Andrew Holness have even more to say, ain't it, Prime Minister? The Prime Minister has more to say. Let us hear from the PM. No moral authority, said Mark Golding.
Labour rights, Jamaicans, we are on our way out,
said the Prime Minister. We are on our way out, said the Prime Minister. Let Mark Golding tell you why the Prime Minister is on his way out. Let Mark Golding tell us why. The Prime Minister said, Labour rights, Jamaica, we are on our way out. Even the Prime Minister knows it.
That one never delivered.
Raymond,
And there have been so many. JPS.
don't come up properly.
Petra Jamrada. Nesal. CMU. The list is very long. The Prime Minister himself, who is taking the Integrity Commission to court, trying to set aside the very offense for which he is being investigated of illicit enrichment and destroy the legislation itself, which his government passed, although we designed it and we brought it to Parliament originally. And because he is under investigation for illicit enrichment, and the investigation has not been completed because the Integrity Commission did not get the information from him that they asked him to provide. They've sent it to the Financial Investigations Division. And now that institution has a new person in charge, who is somebody who came on public radio saying that the Prime Minister has done nothing wrong, and somebody who doesn't meet the requirements for the job as advertised originally, which said you must have at least 12 years of law enforcement experience, 5 of which should be at a leadership level. This is the kind of thing going on in this country. Hanky-panky is the right word. Undermining of institutions. Critical institutions supporting the good governance of the country. The country can't develop under the Labour Party government like now. The government has no moral authority to lead this country. Because if the head of the stream is not clean and pure, everything below will be soiled also.
In 8 weeks.
Right now, we have a government that has been racked.
Hanky-panky politics, Andrew Holness. That's what Mark Golding said you're playing with the people of Jamaica. The entire country is waking up to it. And when we get to the narrative war, we will understand why the Prime Minister is struggling so hard. Because the TV not do it again, Prime Minister. This phone in all of us hands, which nobody can control, barring we, is the narrative driver. Let Mark Golden rub it in one more time again, Prime Minister, because the country need to hear this. I'm surprised you carry this narrative, Gleaner. Thanks, Getty. I'm surprised, Gleaner, you carry this narrative. You jolly hug up Andrew Holness over the Gleaner there.
Right now, we have a government that has been racked with so many scandals. We heard about the used car scandal, those used cars bought for the police that were never delivered. And there have been so many, JPS, Petrojam Rada, Nesal, CMU, the list is very long. The Prime Minister himself, who is taking the Integrity Commission to court, trying to set aside the very offense for which he is being investigated of illicit enrichment and destroy the legislation itself, which his government passed, although we designed it and we brought it to Parliament originally. And because he is under investigation for illicit enrichment, and
take one pen there, Mr. Golden. Put Andrew aside at the moment. Is there no one in the Jamaica Labour Party that has any moral? Is the entire Jamaica Labour Party prepared to be ruled by a thief, be led by a thief, by a criminal, by a corrupt crook? Is there no moral in the Jamaica Labour Party? Is there no one in the Jamaica Labour Party with any moral to stand up to Andrew Holness and say, with the integrity, with the lack of integrity, with the lack of accountability, with the uncertainty that your leadership provide, nobody around there? Like we're knocking on the door. Nobody in the Jamaica Labour Party with any morals to say we cannot be led by a criminal, we cannot be led by a crook, we cannot be led by a gangster, we cannot be led by a thief. Jamaica Labour Party, nobody, just so. So Andrew Holness is the Jamaica Labour Party. That is what you all are saying to us, isn't it? Andrew or nothing. Let's go over the cliff with Andrew Holness, because it's certainly the direction at the moment, if you ask me. Over the cliff. You heard it from the Prime Minister just now. The Prime Minister said, labor rights, we are on our way out. And unwilling.
Labor rights, Jamaicans, we are on our way out.
And uno going over the cliff with him. You all are going over the cliff with Andrew Holness. You're all saying, my political future, the future of the country, the future of young Jamaicans hangs with Andrew Holness. Because if Andrew Holness decides to go over the cliff with the party and the country, we, the docile, unable to think for ourselves, labor rights, and so gullible enough to gobble up every little thing that the Prime Minister says, even when it's a repeated lie of 10 years, labor rights, gobble it up and run on with it. Look at the state of your party. We know the country mash up. We accept that. But I'm saying to you, labor rights, look at your party. Look what has been done to it. Look at how disgracefully it has been led. Look at the scandals that emerge from the leadership of your party. Look how the nation has fallen out of grace with your leader, Cousin Myrna. How you do? Look how the nation has fallen out of grace with your leader. I've asked you, Labor Rights, to change Andrew Holness 6 months after his dismal performance at the local government election, just to give him a more chance. See, I know Andrew Holness holding out ransom. Andrew Holness tied the rope over and say, when me jump, everybody jump with me. Isn't that the direction, Labor Rights? Thief potato, Labor Rights. Thief grass. Thief fertilizer. Thief and sell water, Labor Rights. Isn't that the direction? Andrew Holness take the whole on over the cliff with him. Look at the state of the party. When a certain of the third term, and can't call the election. Look at Labor Rights. Labor Rights make a show no same thing. We're sorry for you know. And election day don't even come yet. That's the problem. Oh God, that one they never come in a studio. Labor Rights, you know, wait, they soon come. Because you know go jump, you know, you know have to jump. Because you not unable, like with the one you name George Tree. You not unable to think for yourself. Anything the dull prime minister tell you, you just swallow it up so. All if it not good for you swallow it up and run with it. This is what the dunce do to you. But you know better. You always come out and think, oh, this one is not coming in. I'm out of storage. True, you can't think for yourself. Andrew Holness telling you anything on a run on a back over social media with it. Practically embarrassing on yourself because the conversation to be had, Labor Rights, at this juncture, you cannot have it. You cannot come out and tell anybody upon the Prime Minister's track record. So because the Prime Minister has performed dismally, a failure we've never seen before. Failure we have never seen before. This is why on a hawk round people platform and come with a nonsense. What we are asking you all, Labor Rights, when you not come to people platform, try to sell your Prime Minister's achievements and successes, except for the word new. Because that's all on how you know. The only thing on a walk with is the word new. Barring the word new, we want to come with something. Have I gotten it in now? Yes, Labor Rights. On TikTok now. Hold on there.
Blood clot, yo. See Mark going turn up the heat upon you. See this coming like a
When
tsunami.
she's watching the Prime Minister, Opal Watson,
Andrew, you get fuck, boy. You really get fuck at the last moment of you. We're done with your complete, Andrew.
Jerry Stadler.
See that, Andrew. Take a good look at it, Andrew. Andrew, you're gone home for good. No coming back are you, Andrew. We're done with you once and for all, Andrew. You fuck are you know we have plan for you. See Mark going turn up heat pan you. I see a man this one so I preke, you know. You see what the preke do? You see the heat we have the preke put on pan, you know. You fuck are you, Andrew. You know we have plan for you. I'm done with you. Right off. You never come back from this. You can't revive out of this. You fuck are you. This Mark Golding for do to you, man. Make you have some manners and respect, man. This is it, man. We're done with you. No more are you. Are you back where you see now, Anjo?
What I want to say to labor rights, if you want to defend your prime minister, your phone is as smart as my phone. What I don't know, if you are as smart as I am, labor rights, to sit down and have the conversation. But my advice to you all, rather than run on people platform with the whole heap of noise, cussing, disgraceful, violent behavior, sell your prime minister. If you don't want to compound with platform, come do it. TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and everybody have a space for no. Come in here to try and preach to the converted George Tree. You're making yourself even look duncer than I thought you were. You're making yourself look duncer than I thought you were. Maybe you ought to get on your bike. Where Mark Golding there? Where is Mark Golding? Because that is the stinger, you see. The Prime Minister has lost the war. The Jamaica Labour Party has lost the war. Has lost. This country is fed up of Andrew Holness leadership. Too many failed promises, too many lies, too many stealing. Only that the labor rights cannot see them, or the labor rights blind enough, or what you call the word, willfully blind enough to turn away from the corruption, even when most of the Jamaicans were dead for hunger, the same labor rights them. They're still willing to come out and defend the distress. Because what you all are defending of Andrew Holness. Look at the state of the country. Look at the state of your community. What has been done to it. Remember when they told us this? Remember when they told us this 15 years ago, 10 years ago? I would end there. What we have presently now, they told us the exact same thing 10 years ago.
I truly believe our political system needs some fixing. Too much you hear about corrupt politicians and nothing happen. Too much you hear about politicians who take away poor people money and none of them reach in jail. And to the young people at home or wherever you are, and to all Jamaicans, I have one question for you. Take a look at your communities. Take a look at the sliding dollar. Take a look at the failing healthcare and ask yourselves, where is the progress? Where is the progress that this arrogant and disrespectful government keeps talking about? With this existing callous government, matters have gone from bad to worse.
I always like the way Matthew Samuda says it. With this existing callous government, add the teeth to it, Matthew Samuda, matters has gone from bad to worse. What have we had under Andrew Holness except for crime and corruption? Name me a time, labor rights, when this Andrew Holness government was ever out of a scandal. Name me a year where this Andrew Holness government has had a clean year without a corruption scandal to do with the public purse? Please remind me. Sometimes we get them 2 a day. 2 a day if we're not careful. Remind me when this government was ever free from a scandal. Remind me when this government name and finger never call up pound with money. Please do. Remind me when this government rolled out a road maintenance project. Remind me when this government, labor rights, rolled out a road maintenance project. Andrew Holness, me London 45, say, me not see the official to the story, but London 45 say, I make up and Christopher Tufton make up receipt for the jail, but we want to know more. If something goes so more, I go definitely drain out of it. So when you not come a people platform, when you remember say the old bandage a drop off on a sore foot, and we are going to see the big old raw sore. And me when I have no shame, we say, oh, see the bandage a drop off of your sore there. So don't come out with platform and go on and say, we don't have anything to talk about labor rights. We're tired of Uno and the one-liner. Uno and the Prime Minister cannot elevate on a mindset because every time you go up on an international stage, the only thing in town, we go tackle gang and we go this. Why you don't go tackle your mama and your papa will teach you for thief, sir? Or the 3 mama will teach you for thief? You have so much good parenting. Opal style spotlight. How are you? You have such good parenting, and all you come out as is a thief. You make your way, you come from the ghetto, and you make your way to the highest office in the land, and you thief your way down. Because I thiefness, I bring you down, Prime Minister. The thiefness coupled with the lie and the failed promises. Politicians normally get through with the failed promises, Prime Minister. We used to that. Politicians tend to get away with failed promises, especially in a few neck of the woods. You know where I bring you down? The unfettered thieving. The thief where you don't have no control over. The heavy-handed thieving. The thieving you where you will go at length to the point where you're going to court to change the law to allow you to thief more, and that will bring you down. Because we used to fail promises. You say all this year where you do now we hold passing thing where you thought to do like a whole election cycle. First time they same thing they would have fooled where Prime Minister. For Lord, it would have worked and do this. It would have worked first time. In the age of RDR, BBC, and the big television where you have to knock the back when you hear the cockroach crawl in there because the signal was so bad. See it, see it. Hey, diggle, the cat and the figgle. Hey, diggle. See we over here now. The power is in our hand, not in a Gleaner camera, not in a JBC camera where they turn up over there, some paint the camera and say, switch, and you don't know if they're telling the truth. We are on the ground. We are in the thick of it. We are speaking truth to power and reality, and that's why it's us the people want to hear from. Who used to have time for sit down and watch TV? People don't even have time for sit down on a sofa anymore. Never mind watch big back TV. Jamaica TV was still a crap with cockroach in the spare us. You all have lost the narrative war. It's over here. Look everybody on mainstream media. If you don't see them adjust for your space on social media. The reason why uno come over here and people still not pay much attention to uno is because people are fed up with the lie and the defense of government and the narrative driven by government, or the narrative paid for by government, or the narrative because government are come on a batty party at the end of the year narrative. It's a different world. It's a globalized world. When you hear about globalization, some of you mainly think about the economy when you hear about globalization, but think about information sourcing and information, what you call the word? When you put out information, globalization in the sense of it. We don't have to depend on TV anymore to point camera and tell we lie or sit down behind a desk. We can do it from anywhere now. We don't have to wait for the evening news. We can be the news throughout the day because people want information source that they can identify with. Not government-driven narrative, not narratives driven by the pocket, which mainstream media has generally turned into, or has always been and has gone more deeper into. The authenticity of social media is where kill the whole on. That cannot be rolled back. Where we are going to go is deeper into it. If we don't want to follow it, it's up to no. But we are the leaders in the race now. To hell with RJR Gleaner and JBC. Who are you all?
Dr. Monroe is head of the Political Science Unit in the Department of Government at the Mona campus of the University of the West Indies. She said that as of January 2025, internet penetration has reached 83.4% of the country's population of approximately 2.84 million people. This means more than 2.37 million people have internet access. She says the wide reach enhances the...
Let me talk on the PNP them little. I'm sure PNP, all the while when I hear me go at Mark Golden and their social media pages, when I think a joke me and talk. When I hear Mark Golden them still don't pay attention. Oh, mainstream media is not paying attention to us. Oh, mainstream media is not giving us airtime. Please, you're all a bunch of waste of time. If I wouldn't want to be interviewed by any mainstream media. Fewer, because I cannot go lob at my mouth and tell them bad word if I choose to. If I get interviewed by a blogger, I can do that. Besides, we would have to sit down and arrange with the mainstream media what me can talk about first. It's a different era. Something that our politicians need to adjust to. And this is why I'm saying to the PNP, forget about mainstream media. Sharpen up your social media presence on all platforms. That is where people are at. That is where people are paying attention. That is where people pay attention to narrative, get information or whatever. Wanna stop going about social media. It's a dead horse, and you know what happens when you beat a dead horse.
The influence of digital platforms in both political communities. Dr. Monroe is head of the Political Science Unit in the Department of Government at the Mona campus of the University of the West Indies. She said that as of January 2025, internet penetration has reached 83.4% of the country's population of approximately 2.84 million people. This means more than 2.37 million people have internet access. She says the wide reach enhances the influence of digital platforms in both political communications and civic participation. According to Dr. Monroe, Jamaica had approximately 1.56 million active social media users aged 18 and above. This figure represents nearly 55% of the total population and a significant 70.9% of those eligible to vote. Roughly 2.2 million Jamaicans, or just over 77%, are 18 years or older. She emphasized that, in effect, 7 out of every 10 eligible voters are now reachable via social media. In a breakdown of the data, Dr. Monroe disclosed that Instagram is the most widely used social media platform in the country. It accounts for 45.65%, followed by Facebook with 21.51%, YouTube and TikTok each at 11.5%, and X, formerly Twitter, at 0.88%. The political scientist said WhatsApp remains a primary tool for political mobilization. She said it was not surprising that the majority of Jamaicans, a whopping 79.3%, access the internet using their phones. Another 18.6% used desktop computers, and 2.1% used tablet computers. Mahiri Stewart for Nationwide News.
The power of the phone in our hands, really. And this piece of research or whatever speaks to both parties. How does it speak to the Jamaica Labour Party? Andrew Holness is still narrating the country as if it's 1980. We are starved of information. We just recently achieved independence, so-called, bear you mind. And it was easy, as Buster told you. We prefer vote for salt fish than education. That's how Andrew Holness is still engaging the people. How is this research speaking to Andrew Holness, even though he's not listening? Your attempt to fool the people are not working. The way information is being readily available and being displayed on a daily basis, you cannot pull a wool over people's eyes. These are not the days, Andrew Holness, when the Gleaner put out a story, RGR have it in their prime time, or JBC have it in their prime time, and the nation forgets about it tomorrow. We have moved on, Andrew Holness. Everything is out there in our hand now, where we can replay them and we can replay them and we can fact check them, Prime Minister. So the research is saying to your Prime Minister, Tapilai. Rado, how you do? Read Rado Media, how are you? Tapilai. That is what this research is saying to you if you're listening. The hope of repeated promises, the hope of failed promises, the whole heap of lies, the whole heap of gimmick. The country are seeing the repeated gimmick. Every time you hold the mic is the same old same. When you hold one mic in the Prime Minister, we can't talk where I go say. Because we know it. We hear it every time you hold a mic. Now, how is this research speaking to the People's National Party? It is saying to them, why not don't stop wasting the time? What not talk about? If you go over mainstream media, what you go try revive over there? Because over there really dead. So it is saying to the People's National Party, as I have always been saying, sharpen your media presence. You can reach everybody there. TikTok is one platform that, unlike Facebook, have its niche, Instagram have its niche, YouTube have its niche. TikTok have everybody. Granny pan walking tick and baby pan breast over TikTok. It's a place where to reach a broad demography, if I saw the word be. So the research proved me right when I've been saying to PNP, sharpen up your media presence and leave mainstream media alone. Not go on over there. Nobody not pay attention to over there. Andrew Holness media presence is sharp. What is going against Andrew Holness? The lies, the stealing, the repeated promises, and the gimmickry, and the blatantly come out and say the things them where he know no go so are no workable. Let me find that one here. The thing them when no go so are no workable. These are the things that Jamaicans have become fed up to the back feet of with this guy.
Asked Mr. Matthew Samuda to start work on what we are terming the Greater Manchester Water Supply.
All they fuck real labor rights. All they same thing here. After 9 years of turning the country into a black drum society, after 9 years of failure, remember Floyd Green said, "How for him heart bleed, me no if blood still dry up on his heart." When he says we don't have running water, ask anybody of Southwest St. Elizabeth if the water situation has not gotten worse under Floyd Green. And Floyd Green heart was bleeding in 2014, 2015. And it get worse away, hasn't it? Get worse. And 9 years. Calm down. Andrew Holness instruct Matthew Samuda.
Asked Mr. Matthew Samuda to start work on what we are terming the Greater Manchester Water Supply Project, where once and for all, we will ensure that there is water in all the rural reaches of Manchester, so that everybody who lives in this parish will be able to have water in their homes. They can go in the shower and turn on the pipe and say, "Shower."
This is one way, Andrew Holness, how this research speaks to you. It is saying these bullshittery, these gimmickry, in a Jamaica where people are so afraid of crime, even within their community, within their own home, in a Jamaica where people are so worried about cost of living, in a Jamaica where people are so deprived of health care, Andrew Holness, these are the gimmick that that this research is saying. The people are not hearing you. They are not hearing you because they realize that you don't take them serious. You don't take nothing serious. You don't care. Why is it, Andrew Holness, John Crow, come here, dog shit? Why is it just like how you turn up a CARICOM and talk like a somebody because globalists were surprised? Them ask who you talk to. Why you can't, how you address CARICOM and you not jump on prawns and rave and tear? Why you can't talk to it so? Why every time you talk to it like a bad boy, like a barefoot bad boy from the ghetto sit down pan zinc fence? Why you can't approach we so? Prime Minister, look how you talk decent when you talk to CARICOM. So what? We know somebody. Oh, stray dogs we are, aren't we, Prime Minister? Stray dogs we are. The Prime Minister for the country. So the nation of Jamaica are stray dogs. Tell me, say, allow me to tell Labour right. And the Prime Minister say, we are run down car, you know. Allow me to tell the Prime Minister. Thief grass. Thief potato. Thief fertilizer. Labour rights. Call the election. Call the election. Thief grass. Labour rights. school books program for a student in Clarendon. Hold on there. You see, people, we are walking to take the government school bus. And what else the government to give out again? But the same thing the bus them name, where them bring in the urban, the JUTC, whatever. You see, we are take government school bus and JUTC bus in our local community. We better vote. We better vote for Andrew Holness because of that. Them a send the bus them down there for no thought for don't vote for him. Them a take back the bus them from out there. So me a want on the fan now. Member said, this government disgraceful, you know. This party disgraceful. Hear how them disgraceful. Member said, Mary said, I'll win for Filbert. Thief with money. Take it by car. Fishy and her sister. Shane Grandis. How you do, Ingrid? Dalwyn put thief with money. Take it by car. Fishy and her sister. When we catch up on Dalwymple, with we thieving money, Dalwymple plead guilty. Arena Bata don't want to do that. Arena go on decent outside. Dalwymple plead guilty. Government, the court rather, charged Dalwymple short of $1,900,000. What did Dalwymple do? Dalwymple go back, thief rather potato, sell rather potato. They pay back we same one where Dalwymple thief the potato them from. As Derek Morgan would say, what can go so? So in the end, Dalwymple no lose nothing. We lose the money where Dalwymple thief for the car for she and her sister. And when we catch up on Dalwymple, she still thief rather potato to pay we same one back the money. This is the type of governance what we have under Andrew Holness. Worrell Reed challenged his pilfery all the way to the Privy Council. The Privy Council said Worrell Reed must stand trial for the public purse. Where Worrell Reed left a hole in it. Wanna sit down and wait till Grace McLean time has passed. And in front of the court, I try to destroy the Integrity Commission and the Corruption Prevention Act. That's why Mark Golden says, you have no moral authority to lead Andrew Holness. No moral authority to lead. You're a crook and a criminal, and you're not a good representative for the country. Because they mungo go see a country of criminals and crooks, Prime Minister. We cannot ask you to resign at this point. It makes no sense. Even though it would be even better, because what that would do, Prime Minister, is trigger an almighty war in the Jamaica Labour Party on the eve of election. But me don't want to do no so bad at the moment, because that would be too bad for the Jamaica Labour Party. Better yet, Prime Minister, call the general election. Give the nation a say, no? You all tell us it is a democracy. And the only bit we have of this ocracy is the participatory part of it, is it not?
I want to say one little thing. We have a wicked tune where we released the other day, you know? Yeah, man. We're marching on to progress. It'll take life on the road, you know? You want to see Labor Right to dance to it, to them love it too. Look where you piece like that.
March, we are march, 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 we are march, 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 we are marching on progress. Time goes on, we allow. We don't care what we live and say, or what they say we are. Now we need to fight, deliver right, and to set Jamaica free. We are that fire and we march into victory.
Pull up that. Yeah, man. Why nice or till. But I want to tell some of the little GLP apologists in the media, and don't worry yourself. I love we are dealing with, you know. The word is love, you know. When we talk about we are blood and fire, comrade. We're resilient. We're passionate. We're determined to see change. We're not afraid of nobody. We are going to do what we have to do. But we are doing it within the law. And we are doing it with love for our country. Because we love Jamaica. And we love our people. So you don't have to worry about that. Just enjoy the music, man. Lick it again, the selector.
March, we are march, 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 we are march, 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 we are marching on to progress. Time goes on, we allow. We don't care what we live and say, or what they say we are. We need to fight, deliver right, and to set Jamaica free.
Everybody.
Whoa!
We are the build back.
We are the build back. Better than before. Everything that takes away.
We are the bring back.
We are the set it right and restore. Ease out the pressure. Now Jamaica can't take no more. We are stepping out the darkness into the light and without corruption. Now we are marching on to progress. Time goes on, we allow.
Everybody.
We don't care what we never can say or what they say we are. We need to fight, deliver right, and to set Jamaica free.
How we do?
We are that fire comrades, and we march into victory. Everything that goes on, we are going to build back. We are going to build back better than before. Everything that takes away, we are going to bring back. We are going to set it right and restore. Time goes, ease out the pressure. Now Jamaica can't take no more. We are stepping out the darkness into the light and without corruption.
Prime Minister, the country heavy. The country heavy, Prime Minister. I just talk about the obia where you walk upon way, you know. Me not just talk about the spell where you put the country under Prime Minister. Because we know so no labor rights a historical obia worker. We not talk about that. The weight of your lack of integrity, Julie Roberts, how are you? The weight of your corruption, the weight of the failure of our health care and our education or economy or infrastructure, as Anvaz would call it, in structure. The country is heavy, Prime Minister. you have noticed that. You have noticed the country is falling out of grace with you. Holding the country to ransom, Prime Minister, it is not a good thing. Your only getaway card at the moment is because the young people of our country are sleeping. Don't you see what happened in Togo when the dictator changed the constitution to keep him in power? You attempted. You just didn't make it cross. As it is, Prime Minister, it looks like you're willing to hold the country at ransom, because the dilly-dally you're playing with the election coming down to the wire, the 3rd of September, you should trigger something by then. Why would you don't want to disrupt schools? Why would you want to disrupt schools when schools generally go back in session the first Monday in September? Is it not? And you know, if you drag it past calling it, announcing the election tomorrow, if you drag it past announcing an election date tomorrow, Prime Minister, it really don't look good for where we're going, because either you're going to, as Marlene Malahou Ford mumbled some time ago, you're going to play with the wording of the Constitution, which our general election cycle has never been done on the wording of the Constitution. It's done by the political convention, by the constitutional convention. It's done by the constitutional convention, where the Prime Minister can call a general election 6 months after a general election or a year after a general election. If the Prime Minister think it is what you call the word? It is beneficial, but I wanted a word. May I look for though? To him, or advantageous to him, to put him in a better position. The election has never been called in the Westminster democracy. The election has never been called, Dulcie, on the wording of the Constitution. Even though, was it a whole legislator? I can't remember which one legislate. Was it Tony Blair? One of the prime minister in this country legislate for election to be a 5-year term, the election cycle to be a 5-year term in this country. But you don't have a specific date. But under the Westminster democracy, a prime minister can call a snap election at any time. So coming to argue the word of the Constitution, it's you're back against the wall and you're buying as much time. Now, if the time you're buying, Prime Minister, is to give you more time to level off on all of these projects you're rolling out and all of these grounds you're breaking, instant nanny, how you do? You just have come. All of these ground you're breaking and all of these project you're launching, these instructions you're giving, like the one you give to Matthew Samud and for Greater Manchester Water Project, and the event of the loss of the narrative from mainstream media to social media won't work for you in that case, Prime Minister, because everybody says it's a lie. It's a failed promises. It's a rejigged narrative, Prime Minister. Rejigged narrative. You're not going anywhere. This is why nothing is going to be successful for you going forward. It's going to be failure after failure after failure because you're the way behind Prime Minister. You're not gonna catch up. It is why you never even sit down on say RJ Bright. Why you never get RJ to sit down and formulate some ideas for you? RJ, I heard RJ said this before. I'm doing business all my life. Business is all I know. Prime Minister, you cannot come with what you came with 10 years ago and come back with it now and ask for more time to do it. You see, when you ask people for more time to do something, Prime Minister, they must show you how far them reach with it. You can't just come back and ask for more time and you're not sure with when you did start and how far you reach with it, but you ask them what, you know, say you done big, overgrown, good for nothing fool. You know, say you done. Because if you ask for more time, you know, ask for more. You want more time for the Cornwall Regional Hospital, Prime Minister? You want more time for the Cornwall? I need to get a t-shirt for you and print big, overgrown, good for nothing fool panny. All right. Cornwall, Prime Minister. You think you can do any project shorter than Cornwall Regional Hospital? Look how much area the one total project. And you ask for 5 more years for do what? How much project you are going to do in the 5 years when you never do none in a 9 years? And you say you just graduate with you. I dare the labor rights. Sit down amongst yourselves. You labor rights and social media who regularly defend the Prime Minister with the tremendous, best, good, and besties. Sit down amongst yourself and see if you can conjure up at least in the 9 year. So me I go to half a project a year. Conjure up 4.5 project. What the Prime Minister the son can come with one half a one we're not done yet. And 4 complete. We not say come with 1 a year, you know. We say come with half a year. We'll make it easier for no labor rights. Come with half a year. So at least 4.5 things. We want to mention 4 done project and one undone one. Labor rights. That's your challenge. If you don't want things to do pan with platform one and come here, go and do your homework and collect up the Prime Minister's achievement and come rub it in my face. Maybe it will get me drunk and put me to sleep and we get rid of the noise a bit. But barring that, we're going to talk until we see it. We're going to talk about the failures that we can identify. We're going to talk about the corruption and the stealing that breaks our country. Because the amount where Andrew Holness and him friend them thief, you know the amount they could have buy? That $3 trillion what they can't tell we about. You know the amount we could have buy for healthcare and education? But you Jamaica people are the fault. Because so Andrew and Tufton are kill we, so them a kill baby and a sell baby. And they all on us sit down, quiet as a lamb. Like a mosquito then just kill. So they see it as a free run. Where the gangster in the village, everybody afraid of we. So we can continue to commit with crime at everybody doorway in the village. But you village people can chase the gangster out. If you, the country, had stood up against Andrew Holness, maybe the Labour Party would have to push him out, you know. But then again, in our way, can be a good thing. It's only so Labour Party is going to see what the country have prepared for them. Because even if the country or some people willing to give the Jamaica Labour Party a try, not with Andrew Holness. Everybody think he's too thief. He is too barefaced. And more than all, this crook don't know when to stop. The dead baby Jamaicans, the dead baby, the baby them what them a sell, the baby them what them a kill in the health care. You mustn't be so quiet at home about it. Good God Almighty, find a way to start video things in the hospitals them and get it out to us. You have to expose the system, Jamaicans. We have to bring down Andrew Holness regime and corruption. You can't just everybody rely upon fear, so. You see, the more fear you go in, is the deeper you go into dictatorship. The more fearful you become, is the deeper you go into dictatorship. Andrew Holness regime is a failed regime. The only place Andrew Holness regime is going from here, if Mark Golding has the willpower to carry that out, is prison. And a confiscation of all the wealth stolen from the Jamaica people. Labor rights, what I want your all Prime Minister to do is to call the election. If you're all also certain of your victory, if you've got it in the bag, take it to the bank. If you've got it in the bag, take it to the bank. Somebody might just pick your pocket. The Prime Minister was certain in 2020 that the tide was going in his direction. And about 2 weeks after the Prime Minister promised us that he will not call a general election, he called a snap general election, opening the country, surging the numbers of the virus, killing more Jamaicans. This time the Prime Minister and the dull dunce Marlene wants to play with the wording of the Constitution, which has never been done. A government call an election when it's advantageous to them. When then things say, me can win you now. Me can up my majority, because that's what you did in 2020. You see the possibility of you increasing your majority at the ballot, Prime Minister. And you went straight for that. You went straight for that, Prime Minister. And you tricked the nation. Look at where we are now. Can the nation give you power in 2020, Prime Minister? You tell me, what is your return to the people? Other than a deeper well in the public purse, corruption and scandal on a weekly and daily basis, what has your government, Andrew Holness, particularly in the last 5 years, delivered to us. We don't get nothing for you in a pandemic. We don't get nothing for you in a burial. The Spark and the Reach money, Prime Minister. How are they going? And you know, the Spare and the Share and all of that. How are they really going? Because open money, me see you walk and pencil out, you know. And all heap of money, me see you walk and pencil out. I wonder how the auditing with these money become, you know, come out and talk like say, Andrew give nobody any hurricane relief money. People who get hurricane relief money on need to come out and talk. Andrew call up on a name saying go no money. Money were adequate to the damage, Andrew said. So Uno needs to come out, come talk if the Prime Minister give Uno hurricane relief money. Can never give Uno another pandemic money. Long and short of things, Andrew Holness and his leadership of the Jamaica Labour Party and the country has been a dismal failure. Failure we've never seen before. Not because he's inexperienced or he's incompetent. He may be incompetent, but it's mainly because he's a damn right gangster and a crook. He's not running a government, he's running a charlatan. And that is what brings Andrew Holness down. Andrew Holness take our country turn in a government badness. Andrew never remember says the highest office in the land. That's why when Andrew talk to us, him talk to us in a degrading, angry, boisterous way that this Prime Minister speak to us, that he doesn't speak to CARICOM members like that. Or his international counterpart. This boy don't have any respect for us. This boy thinks we are fools. Him think we dunce. That's why him talk to it in a the boisterous, barefoot street boy mentality that he still hold on to. Elevate yourself, Prime Minister. Try no. Elevate yourself. You're not too old to learn. See, you just graduate and do one whole big degree, but we don't know who right it for you. Prime Minister, I hope pass the degree there for you, dear. Rhoda with the buckle torch and the peony wall them in the soda buckle. Because growing up with 17 people in a one room in a road, you couldn't afford shade lamp now cursing. Sure of that. So why you married Juliet? Can mix up everything. Why you married Juliet? And was say young road identify with the board house and a crowd. But anyway, hey Jesus. Andrew Holness, we are challenging your Prime Minister to call the election. Prime Minister Alpam is sick bed. It will be a tug of war between me and you. We know you lose the election already, you know. We know you have lost it. It is why you cannot call the election. And I'm guaranteed, Prime Minister, I am certain the road tour with the PNP have across the country. Right here now, if you take a pingle lick up on your knee, you must drop the way all you need them a shake. Because It has come home, Prime Minister. This is it. This is it, Prime Minister. I went there. Where is the PYAMEPM? No, I know that I want John Crow. I know that I want John Crow. I know that I want
Labor rights, Jamaicans, we are on our way out.
Thank you very much for being here this evening on Global TV. You heard it from the Prime Minister, the incumbent, telling his party and the country that they are on their way out, all because of his dismal failures. Thank you very much for being here with us tonight. Philiad Vibes, well, Guan, long time no see. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here this evening. Yes, Ladybug, I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you all for being here this evening. Join us right back here tomorrow morning for your At a Glance program, where we will do it all over again. And we are saying to the Prime Minister, call the election. And we're saying to the supporters of the Prime Minister, tell us more. More about the Prime Minister's achievement. Thank you, and good night from Global TV.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it break a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside a rub and cheat, and no first of all, make up what I seen to. Make him a throw and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite man, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out and sell out Babylon. They give man show and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man show and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead and can sell out Rasta and sell out, I sell out Babylon. Just stop on the Friday. You might go and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black baby man, throw and stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stonewall, Biggie Man Joe and Stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what's a black Biggie Man Joe and Stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rasta Man Joe and Stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a